Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's session. Today is our second webinar. This is our third effective strategies and techniques for successful English teaching and learning program. I want to welcome you all on behalf of Abilities and Education. My name is Mr. Juan Valenzuela. Tonight the focus is on English language teaching, effective methods, part 2. Tonight we are going to have a look at terminology that's related to English language teaching, as well as practical concepts and ideas for delivering successful teaching. We are going to start them with a song. You know, we always start with music, and tonight is not the exception. This is a very popular song, a classical English song. Who hasn't heard this song? I'm sure all of you know this song. This is a very popular disco song. The original singer is Gloria Gaynor. You can see her here in the photo. And tonight I'm going to sing for you a different version, a voice version of this song called I Will Survive. All right? I want you all to sing with me right there at home. I want you to move. I want you to dance. I want you to sing with me. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. I kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights just thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong, and I learned how to get along. And so you're back from outer space. I just wanted to find you here without a look upon your face. I should have changed your stupid love. I could have made you leave your key if I had known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to break me with goodbye? You think I'll crumble? You think I'll lay down and die? Oh, God, I will survive as long as I know how to love. I know I'll be alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give. I will survive. I will survive. Yeah, yeah. It took all the strength I had just not to fall apart. I'm trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. And I've spent so many nights just feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry, but now I hold my head up high. And you see me with somebody new. I'm not that stupid little person still in love with you. And so you thought you'd just provide and you expect me to be free. But now I'm saving all my loving for someone who's loving me. Oh no, no. Walk out the door, just turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. Were you the one who tried to break me with goodbye? You think I crumble? You think I lay down and die? will survive. Yeah, yeah. Woo! Good, good, all right. So good. So welcome again. Welcome to tonight's webinar. I want you all to interact with me. I want you all to participate tonight. We are here to share teaching experiences together, and I am sure this will be a way to enrich what we do in our everyday teaching. Tonight's our second webinar. All right, where are you connecting from? I want you to tell me. The microphones are open now. I want you to tell me in the chat box or turn on your microphone. Then tell me where you are connecting from. What cities from Peru or what cities from the world are you connecting from tonight? Tell me, please. I want to know.
Hello, everyone. My name is Luis.
Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome.
Hello. Hello. Thanks. I am from Arequipa, Peru.
Arequipa. Luis,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, you're right.
All right, Luis. Welcome again. Welcome,
Thank
Arequipa.
You. Thank you.
The city of the volcano, the white city.
Yeah.
Where you can eat the best rocoto relleno, right? And the best adobo.
The best adobo, rocoto relleno, cuy chactao. Oops, delicious food.
Yes, and also chuño, right?
No usual chuño is in Puno, Juliaca, but in Arequipa is, like you said, rocoto relleno, adobo, cuy chactado. That's delicious food.
Fantastic. Thanks for sharing, Luis. And welcome Chiclayo, welcome Bagua, welcome Arequipa again, Lambayeque, Trujillo. Welcome everyone. Let's start then with tonight's riddles. I've brought some riddles tonight so that we can start by interacting, by playing, by having fun together. The first riddle goes like this. Pregnant every time you see her, yet she never will give birth. What is it? What is it? Pregnant every time you see her, yet she never will give birth. It's pregnant, it's like full. What do you think it is? You can see it at night. You see her at night. Welcome Marlene from Lima. Welcome Lima. What is it? You can see it at night. It's round and white. Yes, funny, thanks. Pregnant every time you see her, yet she never will give birth. It's the full moon. The full moon. All right. Good, thank you, funny. Second, you use a knife to slice my head. You use a knife to slice my head and cry beside me when I am dead. What is it? What is it? You use a knife to slice my head and weep or cry beside me when I am dead. Excellent. An onion. An onion. It is an onion. Yes. Good. Isela, good, Doris. All right. The third. What happens to the dog when it stands in front of the hot sun? What happens to the dog when it stands in front of the hot sun? All right. All right. What happens to the dog when it becomes like very hot? What happens? Yes, Jari. It becomes a hot dog. Yes, that's a good one, right? All right, next. What kind of room has no walls? What kind of room has no walls? It's a room with no walls. You eat this. You eat it. Well, it's delicious. You can eat it with spaghetti. Or you can make a sauce with it. What kind of room has no walls? Excellent. Very good. Very well done, Isela and Roxana. A mushroom. A mushroom. Good. Girls are winning. Girls are very smart. Why did the teacher wear sunglasses when he came to the class? This is the last one. Why did the teacher wear sunglasses when he came to the class? This is a funny one also. Use your imagination. Why did the teacher wear sunglasses when he came to the class? Why? Because his students were so bright, so brilliant. Ah, like you. you are so bright. You are so brilliant. I'm going to wear sunglasses right now because you are so bright. All right, that's a good one. Good. All right. Let's start then right away. I want to talk to you right now about what we will talk about tonight. First of all, we are going to focus on development statements. For those who were present on my last webinar last Thursday, 2 days ago, we covered this also because the focus was on teaching English to children. Tonight, as part of this ELT Effective Methods Part 2 session, we are going to talk about development statements too, because we as teachers need to be familiar with all human stages. All right, we are going to see also all that has to do with differences in maturity that influence language learning. We are going to talk about how important it is learning through play, the role of games in the learning process, in the teaching process. We are going to learn some terminology related to ELT also. All right, let's start then right away with the first part of tonight's session. Development statements then. All right. Can you see the photo of the babies right there? Good. According to the Early Years Foundation stage from England, and bearing in mind that children develop at their own rates and in their own ways, children typically develop the following things within these age ranges. When they are very little, when they are between 16 and 26 months, these are the typical things children can do. They can copy familiar expressions. They can copy what others say, what adults say, what they hear around them. Expressions like, oh dear, all gone, right? They also are able to explore and experiment using senses and whole body. Children at this age want to learn about the natural world, the external world, by using their senses. Have you noticed that very little children like to touch everything and they take everything to their mouths? It's like they want to taste, they want to feel things, they want to know what it feels. Because at this age, they explore and experiment using the senses. This is, they need to touch, they need to see, they need to hear, they need to smell. Between the ages of 22 to 36 months, they listen with interest to the noises that adults make when they read stories. They really like listening to stories. They love listening to stories. They like being told tales, fairy tales, fables, all types of stories. They are interested in others' play and they start to join in. This means this is when they start to socialize, to start playing along, to make friends, to become part of small communities. At this age, they are also able to run safely on whole foot. They have a better control of their bodies. They have a better control of their movements. At this age, a boy or girl is aware that some actions can hurt or harm others. They know what is right and what is wrong. And they repeat words or phrases from familiar stories. Also, they are able to recite some numbers or number names in sequence and experiment with blocks, colors, and marks. All right. Between the age of 30 to 50 months, they respond to simple instructions. They, for example, understand simple instructions like bring me the glass, pass me the ball, put your toys away, tell your mom to close the door, etc. They are also able to catch a large ball, as in the picture here, and they notice what adults do, imitating what is observed and then doing it spontaneously when the adult is not there. At this age, they like playing to be the mom or to be the dad. This is because they are always imitating what adults around them are doing. And when adults are not present, they start to behave, they start to repeat these behaviors that they observe in adults that are around them. Have you noticed this? At this age, they are also able to play in a group. And they can hold books the correct way up and turn pages. This is, they don't hold it like upside down, but the correct way up, because they start to understand things around them in a better way. Between the ages of 40 to 60 months, this is when they are 4 to 5 years old, they are able to use a pencil and hold it effectively. They extend vocabulary by grouping, naming, and exploring the sounds of new words. They write their own name and other things, such as labels or captions, and they construct with a purpose in mind, using a variety of resources. Okay, right now we are going to talk about the characteristics of young learners. In this section, we'll outline the characteristics of children development, and on a more specific note, those of children as foreign language learners. When children, start learning a new language, all of the learning process occurs through the sense of hearing. Listening comes first, and then comes experiencing with the body. So if you are teaching English to children, you should be talking and talking and talking only in English to them. And you should be providing the children with lots of opportunities to experiment things, to experience things, to play with the language. To play with the language means to provide the children opportunities to use the language in a natural environment. This type of learning involves the development of specific abilities, such as discrimination and the imitation of sounds, imitation of words, imitation of tones. Only after children learn to discriminate and imitate sounds in a foreign language can they learn to recognize the formal system to register written communication. So if you are teaching English, not only to children, but if you are teaching English to teenagers or adults, You should focus on listening and speaking first. Reading and writing will come after they are able to discriminate sounds, to imitate sounds. When they, or only after students learn to discriminate and imitate sounds in a foreign language, they will be ready to recognize the formal system to register written communication. So if you're teaching English, not only to children, but also to teenagers or adults, you have to do a lot of speaking and listening first, not reading and writing. The problem is that many teachers do the opposite. When they start their lessons, they start with reading and writing, and they leave listening and speaking behind. They leave listening and speaking in the last position. And this is why many students have problems with learning the language. Because first, we should be focused on listening and speaking. Do you understand this? Should I continue? Are you following me? I want you to tell me in the chat box if you are following me. If this is clear, or if you have questions, I want you to tell me please in the chat box. Should I continue? Do you have any questions up to this point? All right, thank you, Sylvia. All clear.
Everything is okay.
Thank you so much. All right, let's talk of the characteristics of very young learners between the ages of 4 and 5. At this stage, children, you know, change their mood easily. This means that they can be enthusiastic 1 minute and bored the next. At this stage, children also enjoy repetition and feel confident and at ease with routines. They enjoy routines. They feel secure with routines. They learn by imitation. At this age, they are very energetic. It feels like it seems like they never get tired. They want to play all day. The only thing they want to do is play. They don't even want to eat or have a shower because they want to continue playing all day. They enjoy physical activities and they are very energetic at this age. And they are in a period of rapid language growth. This means that they love learning new words, they love talking, and they love singing. The general aims of formal education at this stage are socialization and habit formation. This means we have to pay attention to these two things, since they are very important in the formation process of the future citizens of the world, right? If we want our children to be good citizens, if we want these new generations to be good citizens in the future, we have to pay special attention to these two things, socialization and habit formation at these ages. So everything is not the academic aspect. The academic aspect is only one part, one aspect of a whole. Our work, our job, our role as teachers is not to teach English only, but to make good citizens, but to make good humans for the future generations. This is why we need to pay special attention. And if you want your teaching to be effective, you need to take all the things into consideration, into account. At this stage of learning, it is important to consider the following areas. Number one, the social affective area. This has to do with attitude. In this sense, educators must pay attention to two different levels. Number one, to be oneself. And number two, to be with others. Because we need to build self-confidence. We need to tell the children positive things about them so that they build a good self-esteem, self-confidence. they are balanced in their feelings, and they are able to build also positive willingness. As for to be with others, we need to pay special attention to cooperation and interaction. Another area is the cognitive area. This has to do with knowledge, And within this area, we consider different cognitive procedures. Number one, information, how to process details or facts about something or someone, comprehension, and application. The last area is the psychomotor area. This has to do with movement. And here we consider these two aspects, habits and skills. These two things help the development of actions which are demonstrated by motor abilities, like walking in line to the classroom, putting up a hand to ask for something, or asking for things in a foreign language, or respecting terms when asking for things, when talking, when participating in class. At the age of 6 to 7 years old, children talk about their own actions. This is what they are doing. They use their imagination, they use a variety of intonation patterns, they understand situations quicker than language use, and they memorize but not easily recall. At this stage, they are able to play and work in the company of others. Actually, they enjoy playing in a group. They understand rules. They have a short attention and concentration span. This is important. This means we need to be changing activities almost every 10 minutes because they get bored easily. They are keen on learning. They want to learn. They really want to learn. They enjoy learning. They choose what to learn, however. And at this age, they are very sincere. They tell you what they like or what they don't like. Also, they can find it hard to separate fact from fiction. At the age of 8 to 11 years old, children rely on language as well as on the physical world, and they work with others and learn from others. They can understand abstract concepts and symbols. They make generalizations about language, and they understand relationships of cause and effect, as well as identify language patterns. And at this age, they already know the difference between fact and fiction. All right? Good. If you want to learn more about teaching English to young learners, I recommend you to click on this link. All right? I promise that tomorrow morning I will be sharing my presentation in PDF format, including the links. If you want to learn more about teaching English online to young learners, especially now, because everybody is teaching online now, I would recommend you to watch this webinar, which is for free on YouTube. Here is a link. The name is Teaching English Online to Young Learners. And if you want to become more familiar with all that has to do with effective methodologies for teaching English to children, I recommend you to register in our TKT YL preparation program. Actually, we started this program a few weeks ago. If you want to be part of this program, you can still register. All right, let's talk about teenagers and adults right now. This has to do with the main differences in maturity that influence language learning. Maturity, you know, involves becoming grown up, not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally. Children, teenagers, and adults have different learning characteristics. This means that they learn in different ways. Right now, I'm going to share with you some of the main differences in maturity that influence language learning. Children, as we saw, need to move, right? while teenagers start to keep still for longer periods, but they still need to move. Teenagers also like moving. Adults are able to keep still for longer periods. Children can concentrate for shorter periods, very short periods of time. 5 to 10 minutes is the concentration and attention span of a normal boy or girl. Teenagers are developing concentration, and adults can concentrate for longer periods. Learn through experience. Teenagers are beginning to learn in abstract ways, through thinking as well as experiencing. So if you are teaching English to children, you have to include a lot of experimentation in your classes. You have to make the children play and experiment and experience. Grammar, for example, is too abstract for children. If you are teaching English to children, don't waste your time teaching grammar. Teenagers are beginning to learn in abstract ways. For example, through thinking as well as experiencing, as I said before, and adults are able to learn in more abstract ways. Actually, adults love learning grammar. They love hearing grammar explanation. They feel more secure when they know about how to use a word, how to apply a grammar rule. Children are not very able to control and plan their own behavior. Teenagers are beginning to control and plan their own behavior, and adults are supposed to control and plan their own behavior. They are usually able to control and plan their own behavior unless they are immature, right? Okay. Children, you know, don't care about making mistakes. They are not afraid of making mistakes. Teenagers do worry about what others think of them. And adults don't like to make mistakes or take risks. They don't like to make mistakes in front of others because they don't want to feel ridiculed in front of others. Children are not aware of themselves and their actions. Teenagers feel sometimes uncomfortable or are sometimes uncomfortable aware of themselves and their actions, while adults are aware of their actions. Children pay attention to meaning in language, not to form. Children don't really care about grammar. Teenagers pay attention to meaning and they start to worry about form, while adults pay attention to form and meaning. They like to know how the language works and how a word is used in the language. Children, as you know, have limited experience of life. Teenagers are beginning to increase their experience of life, and adults have or are supposed to have more experience of life. All right. Once again, maturity involves becoming grown up mentally, physically, and emotionally. All right. Of course, you know, every learner, every human is different. So someone may not fit exactly into these descriptions. These are only generalizations that show likely or probably, but not fixed characteristics. But from looking at these differences, we can see that each age group needs to be taught in different ways. We need a different teaching depending on the age of the learners. All right, let's move on to the following section of tonight's session, which is learning through play. I want you all to answer these questions. You can turn on your microphone and answer, or you can answer them in the chat box. Number one, do you use games in your teaching? Can you please tell me? Yes, no, sometimes? Do you use games in your teaching? Always, Cecilia, good. So your teaching might be so fun. Herbert, yes. All right, sometimes. Good. Thanks for sharing. Second question, good. Irma, thank you. Maria Elena, Luis, Jari, good. Second question, do you think games can help students to understand grammar? Every class, Jari, good. Rita, sometimes. Do you think games can help students to understand grammar? Yes or no? Yes, good. Me too, me too. And I like using games in my classes also. Doris, good. All right. Games are a waste of
Teacher,
time.
can you repeat?
Sure. Do you think games can help students to understand grammar? Yes or no? Everybody saying yes. Good, excellent. Yes, Cecilia, the game has to be targeted to the topic you are teaching. Do you think games are a waste of time? No, right? Never. All right, would you like to know websites with online games for teaching English? The last question. Would you like to know websites with online games for teaching English? Yes, right? Everybody. All right, good. Let's talk about the role of games first, okay? Later on, I will share with you a list of websites you can use in your teaching for including games in your classes, all right? Let's talk about the role of games now. What can you use games to? Well, you can use games to introduce new material, for example, to practice recently learned language items, to revise language, to consolidate language, to relax a class or to energize a class also. All right, here are some types of games. You said that you like using games in your classes, right? That you sometimes or usually use games in your classes. Here are some types of games I want to show you tonight. A movement game, for example, Simon Says. Who hasn't played this in class? Simon Says, hands up. Simon Says, sit down. Simon Says, show me a pencil. Simon Says, run. Simon Says, sleep. Right? Yeah, it is simple and great, Luis. I agree with you. We have card games, right? We can exercise the students' memory here, right? Everybody likes using flashcards, right? And play with flashcards, right? We have rubber games. A rubber game, as many games, involves an element of competition. And we use rubber games after we have made a game and we want to know who the winner will be. We have guessing games. We have role play games. Role play is also good in classes for practicing speaking, singing games. We can include songs in our teaching. We can do spelling games, word games, and think games like the Chinese whispers. This is what we call in Spanish the broken telephone. It is called Chinese whispers in English. This is about passing a message to another person. Then this person passes the message to another person. And in the end, we find out what the original message was. All right, we have team games, again, like picture memory. All right, now, I'm going to share with you some tips for introducing games in the classroom. All right, because you all said that you like using games in your class. So here are my tips. Number one, as Cecilia said, the games have to be targeted. This means that there should be a connection between the vocabulary, the grammar, the content of your game, and what you will cover in your classes. What will the students practice? There should be a language focus. Also, another tip is to play different games. Don't play always the same because the students are going to find it boring if you are always doing the same. And also you can vary the order. I mean, some teachers think that games can be used only at the beginning as a warm-up activity, as your warm-up of the lesson. But games can also be introduced in the middle of a class or by the end of the class. You can finish a class with a game. So it is important to vary the order. That's another tip. And don't drag a game. Don't do the same game and the same once again and again. All right? Plan carefully. Materials are important, and materials have to be appropriate. And make a plan of what your game will be so that everybody is safe. Right now we are teaching online. So if you are making your students run inside their homes or stand up or move inside their homes, make sure everything is safe. This way we are going to prevent accidents. All right? What can you do to control large classes? How many students are you teaching right now? Now that you have online classes, what is the average number of students you have in a class? Please tell me in the chat box. How many students do you have in an online class? 28, Luis. Fanny, you have 45. Wow. My hats off to you, because I really admire teachers who work with 40 to 45 students. It's a lot. It's a lot. 32, 40, 25, 30, all right. With very large classes, with big groups, you can try whole class games, like for example, Simon Says, all right? You can also let some of the students manage the games, be the administrators of the class, be the leaders of the game, to lead, to manage the games. You can divide your classes into groups. If you work with Zoom, you can make groups. You can divide your classes into groups and you can start to monitor, all right? You can turn players into teams and you can set up different stations in your classroom. Also in your platform, like a game station, a reading station, a listening station, etc. All right, here's some useful language for starting a game. This is language students need to communicate in English in your classes, in your classroom, and be able to play. Because if you want your students to play, they should be using English, not Spanish, to play, to communicate with other students and with you while playing. Useful language for starting a game, and some useful language for sustaining a game. Finally, you have some useful language for ending a game. All right. Good. All right. You said you wanted to know some websites, right? All right, here they are. Okay. I'm going to share another screen now. All right. And we are going to try these websites, to explore these websites together. Can you see my screen? I want you to confirm that you can see my new screen. right, good. I want you to choose one of the sections. Fast vocabulary, food, fast phrases, weather, jobs game, fast English. Okay, Rita, we are talking about games, all right? Don't worry about your signal. You can watch the webinar again. I will send a link tomorrow and you can watch the recording. Right now, the focus is on games, all right? Okay, I want you to choose a section, please. Dear teachers, what section do you want to try right now? Jobs game, fast vocabulary, food, weather, fast phrases, tell me. Choose one. Food, all right, thank you.
Food.
Thank you, fine. Food.
Food.
All right, food, here it is. Easy, all right. Our Sam, can you please help me? Burger, our Sam. What do you say? Teachers, I want to hear you. Tell me just say it. Thank you, Cecilia.
Language for starting again.
Candy.
Some
Use games interpretation.
some candies.
Rice.
Some fries.
Some fries. Algunas papas.
Some rice.
Some bread.
Some.
Great. All right. You are doing a very good job. All right. Here's another website. eslgamesplus.com. Can you see that?
Sunrise. Some face.
All right, let's try this. The sentence monkey. Okay, choose one topic. Actions, present simple, adjectives, easy, preposition, am, is, are. Which one do you want to try right now?
Present simple.
All right, good, thank you.
Present simple.
Present simple.
Verb to be igual. It's the same.
Loading. Okay. Here it is. Start.
Choose the correct words to complete the sentence.
Easy.
The bear every morning. The bear every morning.
Sings. Sings.
A song.
The
Finish
bear
in yes.
sings
A song.
Song.
A song every morning.
A song.
Month.
Choose the correct words to complete the sentence.
Good. Tom always
Rides his bike.
Quickly.
His bike quickly. His bike. Get his bike.
Choose the correct words to complete the sentence.
my mom can
Cook.
Good,
Very
good.
well. Very well. Cook.
Good and cooks
very
for us
well.
every day.
She cooks
Cook.
for us every day.
Great. Here's another website. Okay, choose one. Choose one of the games. Which one? Tell me, I'm listening here. Green Animal Bank quiz.
Magic Monkey. Magic Monkey.
All right, Magic Monkey. Thanks, Cecilia. Yari, yes, the result of the games is saved in the platform. So you see your score, you see the progress, the students' progress, and all these websites I am sharing are for free. This is a magic trick. Okay, follow the monkey's instructions and think of a number. Magic Monkey will guess your number. Good. Okay, think of a number with 2 digits, for example, 43. Okay, everybody, think of a number. Don't tell me your number. Do you have your number?
Yep.
Okay, think of a number. Okay, no, don't say the number. Just think and keep it.
22.
Okay, let's see what happens. Magic Monkey is here. The magician. This magician monkey. Okay. Follow the monkey's instructions and think of a number. Magic Monkey will guess the number. How does he do it? Okay. Now add the 2 numbers together. For example, if your number is 43, it's 4 plus 3, 7. Okay?
Yeah.
Should I continue?
Yeah.
Okay, now subtract the new number from your original number. Here is the example.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, look at the symbol next to your number and remember it. Where is your number? Look at the symbol next to your number.
It's
Have you found your number?
yeah.
Okay.
Number 18.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. It's true. That's my picture. Number 18. Amazing.
All right, let's choose another game.
Wow.
Job mixer.
Jobs mixer. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Job mixer. Okay. Okay, good. Job mixer. In this game, you will meet people who do different jobs. Read what the different people need to do their jobs and click on the arrows to see if you can find the clothes and things they need. I wear
Firefighter.
a white jacket and an apron. I cook food for people. What's my job?
Oh.
A chef or cooker.
A chef or maybe a cook.
Cooker, maybe.
Cooker.
This, yeah, right? Chef, correct.
Chef, okay.
I wear blue overalls. That's a big blue suit. I use tools to mend cars.
A mechanic.
Mechanic.
This?
Mechanic.
Mechanic.
This? Oh, it's the trousers. All right. Excellent, mechanic. Okay, now look at this. Pronunciation games online. Homophones games. Homophones, you know, are words that have the same sound, but different meanings. For example, to, see, mate.
Food.
All right, let's see. This one.
Yeah.
Tail.
Here. Our.
I. There. Your total score is 100. Excellent. Excellent. Here, you can download PowerPoint presentations for free. For example, action verbs. And the downloading starts. Or animals, for example, you choose a topic And you have free picture PPT games, PowerPoint presentation games. Can you see that it's downloading? Can you see it here? Let's open them. Right, let's see. I'm going to open these documents. They are for free. Giovanna, sure, I will send you the links tomorrow. I will share my presentation tomorrow in PDF format, including the links. Okay, let's see one of those. This is the presentation I've just downloaded. Full of colors. Do you like it? Good, Cecilia, you use it. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see it now? Actions.
Read. Sing. Sing.
Cry.
Cry. Cry. Cry.
You don't really have to waste a lot of time by making your PowerPoint presentations, because here in this website, you can download the presentations, the PowerPoint presentations for free. Look at all the topics you have: buildings and places, can-can't, classroom objects, clothes, countable and uncountable food, etc., etc., etc. And everything for free. Do you like it?
Yes, daily routines.
All right, there's another that Cecilia Bernal showed me one day, which is called the work wall. Here you also choose a topic, you type a topic. Yes, Janina, I will send it all the links tomorrow, don't worry. I will share with you my presentation in PDF format. And the webinar will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. All right? So you will have everything tomorrow. Here are
For sharing. Please send me the link again. Please send me the link again. Qué bonito. De paso salí, de paso salí, de paso y con el pasado de llegar a ser. Pasado de sleep.
Came.
El pasado de dormir es sleep.
The past became.
Became.
El pasado de became.
You can write.
La ruleta, ¿no?
Yes, this is a roulette. You
Roulette.
speak roulette, right?
The
Here,
roulette.
you can type, for example,
School of Adjustment can find adjustment. Por ejemplo, what is the
names related to food will be
past of sleep? Pass of sleep.
My pleasure, Lenny.
Sleep.
We'll share my presentation
Content,
format tomorrow.
La otra es
All right, here's another game.
pleasant really. Algo de page.
All right.
Thank you very much.
I will send that. Don't worry. With you. All right. Roots, leaves, flower heads, stems, moss, vegetables and fruits. Vegetables. Interesting, don't you think? Okay.
¿Qué página es? Ay, sorry.
All right. I will share the links tomorrow, all right? Don't worry about it. Okay, good. Let's recapitulate now. We were supposed to include some English language teaching terminology tonight. Yes, those are fun. All right. Here's our glossary, tonight's glossary. These are some of the words we've learned tonight. Acquisition, which means to acquire, it's related to acquire. This is to learn a language without studying it, just by hearing or reading and then using it. And this is the way we all learn our first language. This is the way we learn Spanish. We didn't study Spanish to learn Spanish. We just heard Spanish all the time. We were surrounded by Spanish. Attention span is how long a student is able to concentrate at any one time. Cognitive is the mental process involved in thinking, or cognitive processes are the mental processes involved in thinking, understanding, or learning. Focus on form means to pay attention to language, to how language works, to how language is used, to pay attention to grammar, to feel like you want to understand grammar rules, to pay attention to language by identifying and practicing it. Language one is the students or the learner's mother tongue or first language. Our language one, for example, is Spanish. And language two is the learner's second or other language. Learner characteristics are the typical things about a learner, a student, or students that influence their learning. For example, their age, their language one, their learning experience, their learning style. Maturity, which is a noun, mature, which is an adjective or also a verb, is fully grown or developed. If a student is mature in attitude, they behave in an adult way. A learner's maturity, physical maturity, emotional maturity, mental maturity, influence approaches or decisions, right?